After 9 years, Bloxburg is finally releasing their map revamp, which if you haven't heard, releases today. So as one final send-off to one of Roblox's most iconic maps, I decided to build it in Bloxburg. So to start off this build, I'm going to be building the walls around the map, and I think that's a good height. So as you guys can sort of see, I have an entire layout over here, and then I have this area up here, which should be kind of near the highway. But either way, I'm going to keep this wall sort of straight as we head back towards the campsite. And there we go. I think I can say that I've done that pretty decently. Now, I guess the only problem that I've realized now is I probably should do the mountain. And so to accurately get the observatory here, I have to sort of make it pop out just a little bit like that. So yeah, something like that works. Now, before I do any work on the tunnel, I'd like to continue this sort of mountain work. I feel like I'm definitely making this mountain shorter than I should, but oh well. Now we sort of just have to continue the mountain along this. And so then like right here would be where like the cave is. And there we go. Okay, now I have to raise up the mountain here. And so basically I'm just going to connect it kind of to this wall right here. And so there we go. You know what? That's a decent start to the mountain. And now it probably would be best to try and actually do the ramp, which that's probably going to be one of the toughest parts about this build. So to start off the ramp, I'll probably only have it go up like about this far. And then I can work with basic shapes to sort of make this lean like that. There we go. You know what? I think I actually did it. While it might look a little scuffed right now, I'd say I did a pretty decent job. I think that actually is pretty good for the map layout. I just have to fill in this mountain area. Dang mountain. There we go. The mountain is done. Now we have arguably the hardest part of this build, and that's trying to do all of the ocean stuff. All right, so there we go. So now I also sort of have a shoreline here for the beach. I'm just gonna have the pier kind of go out though, like this pretty much. And there we go, I'd say that works. Now I sort of have to make parking spots, which, who wants to do that, bro? And then I also somehow have to make a roundabout, which there's quite a few of these on the map. So I might as well get a copy and pasteable one now with a sidewalk on it. We do something like that, which, okay. See, now we're getting somewhere. So now we have to figure out where exactly we want everything to go, including the bridge and all that stuff. Then of course, this infamously goes like all the way up here, and then sort of does the same thing on this side. And so then here's the parking lot like near the grocery store area. And then over here, we have the parking lot near like fancy furniture. And then the road sort of comes up and continues over here all the way to the town hall. And then now in the center here, I just fill it in with some stone. Boom! How about that? That's actually pretty accurate, I cannot lie. So there we go, that's, I think, a neighborhood successful, I'd say. And then to get to the highway, we'll have a little road that starts like right here. So now I have the nice challenge of doing the pathway, which to do this pathway, I actually would like to use just a wooden beam, kind of like this. And I don't mind really how I do it. I'm just gonna kind of make a loop. And there we go, look at that. I like that actually a lot. For now, I would like to get some trees because we definitely need trees on our map because obviously that's pretty important. And so there we go. There is the rough tree. All right, so now I'm gonna do these sort of ramps, which I think these connect just fine. So I kind of have connected that up to the, I guess, upper part of the highway. And so now I'm sort of just filling it in with grass up here, which is definitely needed. I'll have to go through and shape up the highway later on. And then to represent build mode boxes, or I guess plots, I'm going to use a semi-transparent cube and just paint it a nice black. I probably should use the normal transparent cubes actually, just because for some reason that one looks really weird. Yeah, you know what, that's fine. I'll let it resemble it like that. So now I have 12 plots on my map, which that's a huge upgrade. Although now guys, there's one key addition to the map before I do anything else that I would like to do. That is the meteor. Which, if you haven't noticed already, there's a massive meteor in the sky. This is going to be wiping out of Bloxburg. Now, I would like to get the basic shape, probably as big as I can. So I'm going to use a sphere, and we're going to make a massive sphere and have it come straight at the map. So it looks like it's like a molten, like lava type sphere, so I could probably make it glow, something like that. Let's see here, okay, big old meteor. Why does it look angry now? No, we're not trying to make a face over here. Okay, so can I still transform the meteor? No, I can't. Okay, as figured, that's okay. Yeah, look at that, there's the meteor. Okay, now that I have the meteor, it'd probably be best if I started spamming trees around. So yeah, as you guys can see, I've got some trees placed, but not nearly enough. I guess before I place any more trees, I should probably get to work on the buildings. Starting off with the burger place, so I'm not going to be doing any interiors for any of these buildings, so its floor is going to be a nice concrete, and then I guess for the walls we're going to start off by using some bricks right here, and we're just gonna copy and paste this around the entire build, to be honest. Next up, I use some windows, and let's see here. So for the burger place, this is actually quite a challenge, to be honest, but I think I'm kind of getting the hang of it. You know, BLOXBURGers does indeed have some detail. Trying to do the entry to the burger place now is going to be probably one of the toughest parts of this. So far for the BLOXBURGers build, actually this isn't turning out horribly, which I consider a win. I'm just gonna leave the back of this build pretty empty, so I won't really do too much back here. And as you guys can see, I do kind of have a BLOXBURGers. But okay, like honestly, that turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Next up, I should probably make the hair salon, and we'll just kind of knock out all these buildings one by one. So the hair salon is actually one of the easier buildings to make, thankfully. Golden brick, funnily enough actually, I just made the hair salon in my latest video, and now I'm making it again, so I don't know what my obsession is with this place. Now I gotta make some windows, which this is going to be another fun one. Okay, look at that, there is my hair salon. That actually turned out pretty well. Next up, I'd like to do the janitor store, which is right in the back here. Actually, the entire janitor building is quite similar. They gotta get more creative, I tell you what. There we go. We got the janitorial services building. So, you know, I mean, that's at least in place. The burger building now might look a little weird. Just to help with some details, I'm gonna get like the umbrellas on the outside. That kind of helped out. That's a nice addition. Now it's time for the supermarket, which this one is going to be interesting with a concrete base. Okay, so as you guys can see, I've sort of got it started. Now I need to do these sections along the side here that have windows. So as you guys can see, I sort of have some windows. There we go. The BFF supermarket actually turned out really well. Over here is going to be where the gym is. So I'm starting to work on this exterior wall right here. And so that's kind of an accurate way to make the roof of the gym. Now I have to do the little poster in the front. And there we go. I'd say that's an accurate sign for the front of the gym. Now though, I feel like it's time for that big building right there, the Bloxburg City Hall, which to start this build off, I have to make the base of it. And then the brick that we're going to be using, of course, is a nice red. Now to add in windows, this is kind of where things get a bit challenging. Okay, so now I have a copy and pasteable window, which is good. This is starting to get time consuming. Now I have to continue this wall. And so there we go. As you guys can see, that's sort of how I'm going to be running my town hall. Holy, so that's part one of the town hall done. Now I have to do these steps leading up to the front of the town hall. Okay, there we go, guys. I think that's my town hall. Oh my gosh. I'm going to add a yellow line in just as like a road divider, and I'm going to start up making the freeway. There we go. Okay, we're starting something here. Trying to get this all to curve is, you know, very challenging, so there we go. Now it probably would help to make a tunnel. And yeah, wait, why does that actually work perfectly? Okay, so there's a tunnel. There we go. We have tunnels now. We did it. Okay. So now in order to make the Bloxburg Theater, this is going to probably be the hardest building yet. Just for detail purposes, I'm going to make this all be on the same wall. Okay, so I'm sort of working on the front of the theater here. This might be my most accurate one yet, so that's good. So here we sort of have like a base for the theater. Now, as you guys can see, it kind of like funnels its way up. So we need our roof to also do the same. Okay, so we're starting off pretty well, I'd say, with the theater. I actually think this is looking really good. Now I have to do the actual signs in the front. All right, so now I'm currently working on that exterior part. And so there we go. That's probably our best one yet. That was an awesome looking building. So to do fancy furniture, this is going to be a bit tougher. I think the easiest way for me to actually do this is by just making the entire store out of glass first. And then I just go around it and touch it up with actual detail. Fancy furniture, I hope this is the place that gets hit by the meteor. I hope the meteor takes out Susan's store. Boom! Okay, fancy furniture is done. Now it leaves the hardest store of them all. That is Pizza Planet. In order to do Pizza Planet, I have to first off use a vertical cylinder, and then in the back of it, I have to use a basic shape. Now, if I use the same type of design here with the vertical cylinder, then on top, I place the half sphere. Then we paint this a nice yellow. I think that's accurate to the yellow they use. Then we just spin it back like this. And there you go. As you can see, there's that, which that on its own looks pretty cool. But now I have to add windows. The The pizza planet now, it might look really creepy. Oh my gosh, though. I think I did it, man. There's my pizza planet. Now it's time for Mike's Motors and the gas station, which means we are almost done with the Bloxburg town. Now, out of all of the builds, the Mike's Motors one's actually probably one of the easiest to do. And of course, as I'm making these buildings, not only is the map going to be changing, but who knows what buildings they could revamp next. Let me know what you guys think is going to be revamped next down in the comments below. But yeah, either way, here is my attempt at Mike's Motors. I'd say that was pretty good actually, so I'll take it. Now it's time for the ever so lovely parking garage, which pretty much just takes up this entire back area. Okay, you know what? I'll take that as my parking garage. And then the gas station is probably the easiest build, depending on how much detail you put into it. But for me, I don't feel like putting that much. But yeah, there's the gas station, which as you guys can see, now we have the entire town. So I've added some more trees in. I would like to add in the neighborhood signs. I won't put anything on them, but they're obviously good to have. So those are in. Now I'm just gonna keep spamming more trees. I also should probably mark out the event plot, so I'm gonna put that like right there. And then I can just pretty much copy and paste this gas station concept right up here by quite simply putting this right here. And guys, we have quite a lot in this build. Like, I cannot lie, we have quite an awesome build. We still have to do the beach though, as we have to add the ice cream shop, we still have to add the lumber store, and the campsite, so we still have a bit of details we have to do. I also should probably add the sewer. There we go, there's the sewer. Oh my gosh. Now something I'd like to do around the pier is add in some parking spots. So that's something easy that I can do, and it's something I haven't really added yet in this build. Yeah, actually look at how clean those look. Wait, oh my gosh, dude, look at how much the parking spots help. Wait, genuinely, adding parking spots has helped so much. Like, it makes the build look so much better. Okay, I'm gonna add some streetlights in here, and there we go. Okay, I have some streetlights in. I can definitely add them in up here too. So now that we have lights in the map at least, I think it would be good to work on the pier. Now, the ice cream shop's probably going to be one of the easiest stores, and then yeah, I can literally just put a half sphere on the top. And would you look at that? There's Ben's ice cream. Okay, now in order to make the Ferris wheel, that's gonna be a challenge. So for starters, we have to put a base right here. Man, trying to make this Ferris wheel is going to be probably one of the toughest things I've done in a while. Okay, so we're starting work on the Ferris wheel here, and I have to basically rotate all of this. All right. So now we have that. Now I have to somehow get all of our colors on here. While this wasn't the most perfect circle, I am indeed trying my best. And the Ferris wheel, it might be like too wide, but that's okay. There we go. Holy cow, wait, yeah, that looks so wide. You know what, guys, just ignore it. All I can say is I have a Ferris wheel, you know? I have a Ferris wheel. I completely forgot to make the observatory. Oh no. So now I'm working on detailing the observatory. And then right on top of the observatory, I just put this here. And then in terms of texture, I'll go with something like that, because that's how it actually does. So I'll leave it like that. There you go. So there's the observatory. You have the meteor. And yeah, the build is looking really good, guys. Now, to do the campsite, they actually recently redid it. Yes, so there's the start to the campsite. And so as you guys can see, I sort of got something cooking up over here. I'm not entirely sure what shape to use for camping tents, so I'm just going to use a cube and kind of call it a day. And yeah, I guess there's my campsite area. Now, it is time for the lumber job. We're almost done here with the lumber job. I think the only thing I actually have left now on this build is to add in just billboards along the highway. There's just a couple of them. So, yep, so here comes some billboards. Pretty neat. There we go. As I finished this build, I remembered all of the memories I've made on this map. I've played this game for 8 years, which is nearly half my life. On this map, I've made so many memories, friends, and built a YouTube channel that I always dreamed of. Now though, it's time to move on to this next chapter. Bloxburg has a really bright future, and just like any of us, to succeed, we have to change and develop. While I will miss this map, I'm so excited for the future and will always have these amazing memories we've created.
Everybody start sledding.
Wait, why was I the only one to go? I'm the only one that went.
No, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Why is it so stubby? What is this?
In this video, I build my best friend his dream house in Bloxburg.
Go back and look at the laundry washer. Turn around.
Oil up. Okay. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That has nothing to do with the question I asked. Capto.
I was back here.
Capto.
I was back here.
I saw you, Capto.
I
Who's
was
this?
back here.
Who is this?
That's my dog. You got that dog in him.
Hi.
Why don't you ride on the snowmobile?
Oh, okay. I see. Being creative with it.
Do I need to beat you and flee the facility? Do we need to go do that right now?
Oh, dude, I'm already playing.
What? Okay, hold on. Intermission. This is my friend Glossy, standing in front of her home. And today, we're going to be building her a new one.
We made the bedrooms the exact same, not because we're lazy, but because we like to have some equality for everyone that's staying in... Is that Diddy?